Hello, and welcome to Book 4, Chapter 16 of You Should Be Reading. Um, this week, I want to talk to you about The Last Unicorn by Peter S. Beagle. Now, this is a movie, an animated movie that was come out some time ago, but this is the original novel that movie was based off of. If any of you have seen the original movie, the animated Last Unicorn, and you liked it, this is a book you need to pick up because this is full of absolute wonder. It seems to be aimed a little bit more towards children, but there is so much to be found in this one. It has all the greats. It has the unicorn, uh, Lady Amalthea. You've got Molly Grew. You've got Schmendrick, the magician. Good old King Haggard, Prince Lear. They're all in here. And it is just delightful to read. It has a very fairy tale-esque charm to it, naturally. And there's some things that almost make me think there is an anachronistic bent to the whole thing, because there's a butterfly in here that ends up talking about catching the A train, and but the universe itself seems to be set very much back in the day, like medieval time fantasy. So catching an A train doesn't really fit in. There's a few other little mild anachronistic things uh, in there that I found. So it kind of lends a bit of unreality to the whole thing. But the story is fantastic, all about a unicorn who ends up leaving her forest one day to find the rest of them and getting involved in this big adventure. She gets captured, rescued by Schmendrick the magician, um, seeking out the Red Bull, the big evil monster, and getting turned into a human by Schmendrick and his magic, and falling in love, and all kinds of fun little things. Um, it's not a very long read. It only took me a few days to read this at work during my work breaks. So yes, it is wonderful and amazing. Um, if you like anything fantasy wise, this is a book to check out. Um, Patrick Rothfuss, this copy of it, Patrick Rothfuss says it's the best book he's ever read. You need to read it. If you've already read it, you need to read it again. So yeah, it's one of those books, those timeless books that really should be a part of anybody's collection, I think. Uh, there's wonderful little verses and rhymes throughout the book. There's strange things that happen, certain mystical magics and curses, and just amazing, amazing things. It is, simply put, a book that should be read by anybody. Doesn't matter what you like. Even if you're not a big fan of the fantasy genre, or you're not a big fan of any type of books that are maybe aimed towards younger readers, doesn't matter. This is a book that needs to be read. It is simply charming and delightful. Um, Reading through this, I couldn't help but smile. It just brought that smile to my face because it's wonderful. It is it is pure joy distilled into the written word. There's not much more that I can say about it than that. Um, as I said, it's going to be a short episode for my usual reading because there's stuff in this that I really don't want to spoil all of it. I fear that I've spoiled too much, but this book and the animated show has been out for over 20 years. So I'm pretty sure anybody that wants to check it out has already checked it out, but it's still worth the time. So I'm going to leave off simply by saying that it is a story that is at one and the same, both a fantasy story and a love story, but also a story that is, how to put that? I'm drawing a blank. I haven't had too much sleep. I've been running myself ragged this weekend. Um, but yes, it is a fantasy story and a love story and a charming children's story. Uh, this is the type of story that you should be reading to any kids you have for bedtime every night. Do a chapter a night, and they will be clamoring for more. Um, I don't know children all that well, but I would assume they would if they like this sort of thing. So yes, as always, I'm going to leave this episode here. And as always, if you like what I'm doing, please give that like button a tap. Give that subscribe button a tap as well. If you haven't already, so you can be kept apprised of when I do new videos. Usually try to get at least one video a week, if not more. And throw a comment in the comment section if you've read The Last Unicorn, if you've read anything else by Peter S. Beagle, and you think that maybe I should check it out, or if you've read any other stories in the vein of The Last Unicorn, that style, let me know. I'd love to get a discussion going with some people. So do all that, and until next time, my friends, remember, you should be reading The Last Unicorn by Peter S. Beagle, and I'll see you next time.